Alrighty, we are live. Welcome everybody to what's going to be a reaction live stream to the SeaWorld Orlando 2023 or Surf Coaster announcement, as I think most are calling it. I'm going to be live streaming here, and the hope is that we know the announcement is coming at 8 a.m. Pacific or 11 a.m. Eastern time. There's been several tweets online saying this. And as we get closer to the event, we're seeing more people like sort of show pictures. And so my hope is that SeaWorld Orlando will be live streaming the event, kind of like how SeaWorld San Antonio did if you watch my reaction stream to it. And if you want to watch that without my reaction, you can actually click the link I have there, Facebook link, pinned in the chat. So if you want to watch it that way, that's the way you will be able to watch it unobstructed. At least that is my assumption. Well, that they have not put up the live stream yet, up yet, but I think they'll do it probably a few minutes after 11 a.m. because that's kind of what San Antonio did. I'm expecting something kind of similar. So that's going to be the plan. If someone else can find a live stream before that comes up, let me know, because there might be a possibility Orlando doesn't live stream it. And if that's the case, I'll have to go to something else. If SeaWorld Orlando streams, I'll be able to show the stream on screen. If I have to watch the stream from somewhere else, I cannot, because I'm dealing with having to get permission and whatnot, which is virtually impossible within the amount of time I have. So there you have it. Looks like we got quite a few people in the chat. Should be a pretty exciting announcement. I'm certainly excited to finally see what this thing truly looks like. I hope we get like a full POV animation, details, the whole bit. We'll see how much we get. Certain SeaWorld announcements have been a little more detailed than others, but still excited regardless. Excited to see the name, and it's going to be really fun. So can't wait to see it. What are your guys' hopes in the chat for this new attraction? No, we're not doing call-ins this time because I have to attend a class at a college in an hour and a half, so that's not going to happen for this one, but I'll probably have a call-in stream not too long from now, actually, so I think, I don't know when that'll be, like maybe a month or something, but we'll see what happens. You're hoping it's High Surf. We'll see if that's the actual name. We'll have to see. Alrighty, so it is 7:59. SeaWorld has still not put it up. I'm not, like I said, I believe what's going to happen is it's going to kind of come up a few minutes after 11 a.m. But I'm going to keep refreshing. Someone in the chat can let me know if it like pops up, because last time someone had it up. But anyways, and I guess it's also possible SeaWorld might stream it through another platform. It might be through Instagram or something. I doubt it. I would assume they would do it through Facebook, but we'll see. There you go. We do know the announcement is at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can look on Twitter. Multiple accounts have posted pictures at the event, like just waiting there saying the announcement's going to come in a few minutes. So that is for sure confirmed. But yeah, actually I just got a notification, so let's see. Okay, nope, not for anything relevant, but you're hoping it won't be painful. I'm sure B&M, you know, they've had over 20 years to kind of go back and look at their stand-up design, so I'm sure there will be a significant effort to make it more comfortable. And then actually we'll finally get like a true clear view of the trains, hopefully. That's my other hope with it. So that's the hope. Just got out of class, so you're just in time. Yeah, we're waiting for the stream to come up on SeaWorld's page, which it should. I'm actually going to start to look somewhere else if that's the case, because I know there's some accounts on Instagram that would live stream it if... So I'm going to actually pull that up too, just in case. And then anyone in the chat like trying to find it, let me know if you find something. So yeah, we'll kind of see where in the world this is going to be. I believe it should be on the SeaWorld Orlando Facebook page. There's a chance that maybe it isn't, but the expectation is that it will be likely like a few minutes after 11 a.m. Eastern, although we're already kind of at that time. And nothing has come up on my end so far, so we're still sort of waiting a bit here. Like I said, if anyone can find the stream or has a place where they know you can watch it, let me know and I'll kind of follow that so I can react to the stream that way. But I won't be able to put it on the screen if it's not a official. Fox 35, okay. I probably can't put that one up on the screen, but I'll look at it just to see if they have something. This channel is live. Well, yeah, I'm live, but that doesn't really solve anything there. Fox 35, is it their Facebook? Because obviously I can't access their actual like local channel feed. But I'm trying to look and see if I can find anything. Fox 35 Orlando. The one you just posted. YouTube, oh, YouTube Fox 35 Orlando. Okay, I'm just gonna go to that for now. And I can't put that up on screen, unfortunately, but I'll do that as well. So, and I'll just have to react that way if nothing else comes up, because it doesn't appear that SeaWorld Orlando has put up anything, surprisingly. So I'm gonna have to go to that, and I'll put the link in the chat. Alrighty, chat, here you go. I'll keep an eye on and see if SeaWorld Orlando comes up. Thank you, Christian, for letting me know. Okay, they're still waiting. I just got to it. So they're still kind of waiting. So nothing's going on. It's just like sort of music and some like surfboards. So that'll be the link for now. Like I said, I can't show that one because I don't want to run into issues there. Just because that's like a sort of news channel. So, but yeah, it should still be a pretty exciting announcement. Like I said, certainly excited to finally like sort of see what this thing truly looks like. We already have a pretty good idea, but hoping that we get a full animation, a better look at the trains. Of course, we're gonna get the name, which we'll see if it's High Surf or something else. I kind of am leaning towards it not being High Surf. I really don't think they would give the name away just like that easily. But it certainly wouldn't be a bad name. I would certainly be down for it for sure. But we'll have to sort of wait until they get the announcement started. Like I said, I'm watching the SeaWorld Orlando stream on Fox, and there is still nothing going on. Okay, someone's come out. All right, we have presenters up on stage. No way it's gonna have 48 inches. I'd be pretty stunned. So, just to update, the announcement has officially begun on Fox, so you can follow it that way. I can't put that up on screen, but you can watch it that way. And then, doesn't look like SeaWorld Orlando has anything, so looks like that isn't going to work out there. So I'm going to officially pin this other link, and that's where you can watch it. Yeah, SeaWorld does need more coasters with that lower height requirement. It's a shame Icebreaker couldn't do the trick, because that was a significant reason they put that in. Now we got a beach ball dance sort of thing going on, it looks like, in the announcement. I'm still going to keep my eye on SeaWorld Orlando, just in case they actually put it up. It doesn't look like it, but I'll keep an eye on it. But if you guys aren't watching, they're pretty much doing a like sort of dance sort of thing. So no sort of, I mean, that's how most announcements sort of go. You kind of go through different things before before you actually announce the ride. And this is a big announcement. So, like, remember Dr. Diabolicals? That one also had a lot of spectacle to it. So here's this one. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, still nothing on the Facebook. I think I'm done looking at that. Alrighty. Seeing if I missed anything in the chat real quick. Doesn't look like it. Like I said, for anyone who's just coming in, the live stream is on. You can watch it on Fox 35 on their YouTube channel. Like I said, just I can't put it up. But if you want to watch that unobstructed, you have the link right there. So make sure to check that out. And also, of course, if you want to watch with me, because I guess you'd have to have both up right now, which is not ideal. But at least it's a very high quality stream. So go check it out for sure. To be fair, no one knew that what Six Flags Fiesta Texas was getting, so they had fun with it. I guess that's fair. Wow, they confirmed that they are announcing the surf coaster. I'd hope so. We got the name. So the coaster's name is Pipeline. Official name of the coaster is Pipeline. Okay. Interesting. Not what I was expecting for a name. Certainly interesting. Okay, we're gonna get a clip. Alright, here we now have a sort of clip of this. Similar to the teaser we got. Okay, there we go. We get a better view of the layout it looks like. Launch 60 miles per hour. 110 feet tall. I didn't see the length. I know they put it up, but it like went up really fast. Moves with the waves. Oh, they're advertising the going up and down feature, like of the seats. Wow. Okay. Wow, they actually are advertising that. That's actually really cool. All right, I did not expect that. Just under 3,000 feet. Yeah, they didn't look super long. Wow. Okay, 2,900 feet of track. All right. Five airtime moments, and he says that it's going to have something called a wave curl inversion. Interesting name. Already, that seems like that's gonna be about the end of the announcement. Yeah, the No Limits 2 concept, it looked pretty close. I was gonna be surprised if it was that far off. It always seems like they are watching this. The live stream was on Fox 35. It just wrapped up. I was hoping SeaWorld was gonna stream it. They didn't, but you can go back and watch Fox 35's live stream. Very high quality. So the announcement only took a few minutes, so it shouldn't be that much to catch up on. But essentially, we do have the announcement now, and that is that Pipeline, which is the official name of the surf coaster, has been announced for SeaWorld Orlando. And I definitely think I'm actually pretty surprised how heavily they're leaning into that sort of the movement of those seats. I didn't think that was going to be advertised as much. Because I didn't know how, like, if it would be like something that would be super noticeable to the ride experience, because my assumption was it just kind of moved a little bit just for comfortability. But no, they're actually advertising it, so that is like super interesting. The name Pipeline is interesting. I think it's actually like a pretty solid name. It's just a little weird because it sounds like a water slide name. That's kind of the, like, my sort of thinking with it. And so I can see why people are like, oh, I'd rather have High Surf. I think the name works. But it is certainly one I'm going to have to get used to because it's certainly not the one I was expecting. History and Leisure says Pipeline is a more obscure surfer term. Could be. Yeah, I mean, if that was the case, then I guess that makes a little more sense. I'm not like trashing on the name. I think it works, and I think it'll be one that should be. We'll get used to it. It's just it's because it's new and it's a lot different than we expected. It does like kind of, sort of feel weird, but yeah. Yeah, and then as History and Leisure mentioned, it also, I guess it's technically called Pipeline the Surf Coaster. That's like the full name. I think it works. And I'm actually pretty happy they're able to market the thing in a way that makes it feel pretty unique. So, and I can, at this point, definitely understand why they kind of went with this. It was a little confusing at first, but I guess clearly they had something in mind with the ride. They liked that sort of seat moving concept, and yeah, I think it works. I think it should be good. I know a lot of people are finally happy that I've heard about this, how SeaWorld Orlando, I've never been, but this coaster will finally allow the park to be a full loop. It won't just have kind of an awkward dead end, so that's certainly something to rejoice about. It looks like a pretty fun new coaster, for sure. It'll definitely be an interesting one. I will say I'm more intrigued now than I was before, just because I am curious how much that seat movement thing, how much you'll actually notice that. That is like something I'm super curious about. It's something we knew was gonna be a part of the ride. I just didn't realize it was gonna be something that appears to be decently significant. So that is certainly something very interesting, and that will definitely be something that I think a lot of people are sort of curious with as we get closer to the ride's opening. I have gone on SeaWorld Orlando's website. They do have a website up sort of for their 2023 coaster, but it doesn't have a name and it doesn't have any extra sort of concept art. So it doesn't, I imagine we'll get more of that stuff, but it will probably come like in a few hours just because, you know, that stuff sort of takes time to update. So yeah, I guess I'll just ask for like your sort of thoughts on the coaster, thoughts on Pipeline. I mean, we already got some of it, but anyone who wants to give their thoughts will do that, and then I'll probably wrap up the stream here pretty quick because As expected, pretty quick announcement. That's kind of how SeaWorld announcements go, which I appreciate. Getting right to it pretty much. But yeah, I think we're going to do that, and that'll pretty much wrap up the stream. Pretty exciting new coaster. Like I said, definitely a little more intrigued now in it than I was before. And I think it should be a pretty good ride for SeaWorld Orlando. I was a little skeptical of the fit, but I think the more I sort of look at it, the more I can kind of buy into it. So certainly something to look forward to if you're visiting the park next year, or if you live anywhere nearby. Certainly a coaster I'd be pretty excited for sure. Do they only move up and down? Yeah, it looks like it. But even still, like just looking at the animation, the movement actually looked like it moved quite a bit. That was kind of what caught me off guard. Should have been given to a smaller park. Not sure why SeaWorld Orlando needs this. I'm sure this is pretty expensive. Or maybe not. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it's a prototype. And these smaller parks don't really get B&Ms nowadays, at least in the US. So there is that, but you know, I think it's a good fit. I think it works. I'm just happy they found a way to, like I said, like advertise it and make it like seem different and totally unique, because I was really curious how that was gonna go. Those trains are gonna end up with a rattle. We'll see. Pipeline is the name. Yes, that is the confirmed name. It is Pipeline. And if you really want to go into the full name, it's Pipeline the Surf Coaster. But that is the official name. Like I said, that definitely caught me off guard. Gonna be something, like I said, to get used to. I think it works. I can see why some people are like High Surf's better, but I think Pipeline's pretty solid. The only issue I have with the name is just that it sounds more water slide like than anything else. But other than that, I think it works. So, and it's certainly it's a pretty unique name among coasters too. So I'm pretty sure there aren't too many others with Pipeline in the name. So yeah, there's not very many. So there you go. You wonder if the flexibility comes with the refinement to the stand-up design, where the seats lock on B&M and Togos once in the station completely. Need to read this again. Yeah, that'll be interesting to sort of keep an eye on. And the last thing, can I think of any of the other SeaWorld or Busch Gardens parks that will add one of these? It's interesting because this, I mean, I don't know where they're going to find the space for it, but if somehow they could, this actually is a good fit for SeaWorld San Diego because of their height requirement and their need. And I guess they can only build coasters if they are painted a certain color, and since this could be done in a shade of blue, I think that it could work for that. SeaWorld San Antonio, I guess you could do it, but I don't know that they will. I don't know. I don't get the feeling they would. But I could see it. I mean, I guess now that I think about it, I could see it going to the two other SeaWorld parks if this one does well. I don't see why not. What's Pipeline? You just joined. That is the B&M Surf Coaster going to SeaWorld Orlando. It just got announced. You can check out the live stream that I pinned in the chat. That is, you'll kind of have to go through it a little bit, but very high quality stream. It shows the announcement with like the footage, the name, so something to go through. At least before we get more images and stuff, which I imagine will come out in the next few hours, but I'm not going to be available for that as I have class to do. So yeah, Seems like an interesting reboot of the B&M stand-up. Surprised they didn't do this for Rougarou or something like that. Rougarou. Don't know why I'm having issues pronouncing it at this point. But that was done in 2014. So, that was so long ago. So they probably didn't really have this idea in place yet. Or if at all. I mean, it's possible the surf coaster concept wasn't even an idea yet when they were doing that. So I'm not going to blame them for that. It's sad for families with young kids that everything at SeaWorld Orlando has big drops or inversions. And the other thing is, we talked about Icebreaker, and it's unfortunate that had to end up being a 54-inch height requirement. They didn't give a height requirement for this ride, but my assumption is probably 54 inches, because I believe that's what most B&M coasters are. And this one's also kind of a stand-up, so I imagine it'll also have a higher height requirement for that reason. But yeah, certainly that's something to look at, I would assume, if for their next sort of attractions, because yeah, it is kind of interesting how sort of unbalanced the coaster lineup is. But I'm sure that'll sort of sort itself out in time. But yeah, it is definitely something to note for sure. Alrighty. That appears to be everything. If anyone has any other thoughts or any other questions about the about Pipeline, then let me know. And the next, we'll say 3 minutes. I'll give till 11:27. Weirdly specific, but I probably have to end this sooner rather than later. So I'm kind of you're kind of surprised about how quiet. Actually, let me get the banners up. I don't know why I haven't been doing that this whole time. Kind of surprised how quiet this announcement was. It feels like Catapult Falls had more fanfare. Yeah, it's interesting because SeaWorld Orlando, they didn't... I guess in every case, you sort of just had to, guess when the announcement was. They didn't make it, I think, abundantly clear. You had to find people on Twitter and whatnot, which I think is interesting. I do find it a little weird that they're not how many people are gonna see it live, and does it really matter, I guess? Maybe it doesn't so much. It is kind of weird how I did find it kind of interesting though that they haven't really advertised when they're actually gonna make the announcements that far ahead of time. They say the day, but they don't give the time. It's kind of bizarre. Especially in the case of SeaWorld San Antonio, because they actually did a live stream on Facebook too. But, that just sort of popped up, right, for most people. So, most people came in the stream and were like, oh, it's getting announced. They didn't know. But, yeah, Catapult Falls was interesting. I think that sort of was a case of everyone was expecting the surf coaster because it was supposed to be announced that same day. And then, of course, you had Hurricane Ian, which obviously... it's had a pretty significant impact, and for anyone who's affected, it's obviously a pretty difficult and tragic situation, so understandable to delay the announcement till now. But I think with that sort of made it so the focus shifted to Catapult Falls, and the surf coaster sort of went in the background. So if that makes any sort of sense. But I think as the day goes on, you'll kind of see more people post about it and talk about it. I think it'll be talked about quite a bit by the end of the day. It just sort of, I think a lot of people weren't even entirely aware that it was being announced this early today. So I think that's something to note there. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 has a surf coaster trim for the B&M Looper design. Can't tilt if it's sit down or a stand-up variant. It's still 4 cross, but what if Chris Sawyer predicted the future? Interesting. I was not aware of that. I do not play the Roller Coaster Tycoon games. In fact, I actually have hardly played any roller coaster games, like, period. But that is certainly interesting if that's the case. I was not aware of that. That sounds pretty cool if he actually predicted that. Alrighty, so I think that's gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to tell and say thank you all for checking out this stream and sort of watching the live stream with me on Fox. So that was obviously really cool to finally get this surf coaster. We've been waiting for years to see what this thing really is, what's the name, what's so special about it, and now we finally have our answer. So it feels so nice to have that, and I'm excited to hear more about it and kind of see how it goes, and I'll ultimately eventually write it, whenever that is, but also see people's reactions and all that. So should be an exciting project to keep an eye on. And so that's all I have to say. So with all of that said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time here on Coaster Hour. See you guys.